Hello, this is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center, and here I'm doing dry needling with electrical stim for a young man with fairly severe neck pain that developed after he injured his low back. The low back injury was 2 months ago and it's better now, but he's developed severe tightness at the base of his skull, at the attachments of the upper trapezius to the occiput. Now you'll notice I'm going to turn my camera like this, okay? Sorry about that. You will notice that, why are we out of focus suddenly? There we go. You'll notice that I have put here 3 needles really close together on the one outer line and 3 really close together on the inner line. Why are we suddenly out of focus? Okay, all right. Now, I'm looking into the camera. I'd rather look at his body. So, you see that needle here that I'm touching, which is the topmost one. When I needled this one, the one just lower, he really liked it a lot. And when I needled this one above it, he liked it even more. And it released a lot. It really jumped. And so when you're in a tight spot like this, but where it's a big muscle with a large attachment, I mean, think about all the work that the neck does. It's really valuable to deactivate the trigger points in the fibers and also in the tendon itself. And there are multiple trigger points in small areas sometimes. And also sometimes you want to needle into the one trigger point from different vectors. And that's what I've done here. So this one is perpendicular and this one is oblong. Oblique, rather, is the correct word, oblique. And I've followed this muscle fibers down the neck because every single spot I needled here, the muscle released and I could feel how tight it was. Similarly, when I was needling this one, you see how close this needle is to that needle? When I was needling this one, he said, and it had a good reaction, but he said it's a little bit to the left. He identified a spot just a quarter of an inch inside. Same thing here. So this one, which doesn't have this is the pistoning technique. When I did the pistoning technique, oh, there we go. Did you feel that jump? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw this one jumped when I did that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm doing, that's why I'm doing so many needles in a small area. Some people, if you go to the physical therapist, they'll typically do 1 or 2 points. They feel that they're finding the trigger point, but I would argue there's always going to be, not always, but there's often multiple trigger points. And especially as he presented his case, and he was really clear on focusing that it's at the base of the skull. If he just said I had generalized neck pain, I might not be doing so many in that area. Also, once I put the first needle in, I got such a juicy release. I wanted to see if I would get more release by needling close by, and in fact, I did. This point was a good point, but not a huge release. He also described, this is a different color needle, the pain radiating to his jaw. So I palpated here against the masseter, and indeed it was quite tender. I'm also doing electrical stim on the motor point of the upper trapezius here, and the motor point of the infraspinatus. And so that's also got electrical stim. I'm out of wires, so I'm focusing more on the base of the skull. But since his pain is much worse on the right than the left, that's why I'm doing the electrical stim on this side. Okay, thanks for tuning in. This is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center doing dry needling with electrical stim for occipital pain. And I'm going to take these out in a minute and do some cupping, and then we'll apply some hot packs on this. Thanks for tuning in.